guess, Larry Scott Ritchie from the News Gazette. I'm curious how you went from telling Josh that you'd never give to Illinois athletics to where we are today with that.
How long have you known Josh? He's pretty persuasive, isn't he? So I think for me at the time, I just wanted to level set with Josh. I didn't want him to think he was wasting any time with me at that point in time, but I knew that I wanted to be helpful to him and helpful to the university because sports is so important to our image at the university and so important to who we are. So I knew I was going to help him, but I didn't know it would be financially. But after seeing what he's built and seeing the type of human he is, getting to know him, it became super obvious to me that I wanted to be part of his team.
Joey Wagner with Line Inquirer. What emotions came over you when you came in and you saw your name actually in front of Memorial Stadium in this building?
Yeah, whenever I walk into the stadium, and this is from, that first time I ever came to the stadium to watch a football game and coming to camp and being on the stadium grounds for the Prairie State games and every game I've come to, there's an emotion that comes over me. And I think it does have to do a lot with my family and, my first college football game and my father. But I also think it's a lot about what this stadium represents. I mean, it's a memorial. And that was something super important to me and really important to the whole athletic staff here is that we make sure we preserve this as a memorial forever. And so I don't think it was necessarily my name that gave me the emotion. I just really get emotional whenever I walk onto that field. And I've had a lot of great memories here and a lot of tears shed, happy tears. So I will probably continue to do that for the rest of my life. The business school carries the same name, and when I see it in orange, quite honestly, I don't think of it as my name. The business school, they're defining what that name means. I mean, it's been 8 years now, and you've seen what the school's been able to do. I mean, they lead with passion. They lead with purpose. Students apply here because they don't just want to get a job and get a big salary. They want to find their mission. They want to find a passion, and they can do that here at our school. So when I see the name, I know it's going to be defined by others and defined much better than I could define it.
Guys, what does it mean to you to kind of hear Josh call you a partner? He's used that word a lot when describing this gift and what you have meant to the athletic program.
Well, it means a lot to me, especially coming from a person like Josh. Josh is, as you know, truly amazing human being. And he really has defined the ethos for our athletic programs. And you've seen that in the coaching, the players. You've seen that from the results, not just the W's, but the way our team plays, the way our folks become a family. And I was sitting with a bunch of the coaches last night, and they were talking about players that have played for them years ago, and they're still in contact with them today. They are really thinking about these players' lives, and they're there with those players throughout their life, even after school, after they've played here. But Josh is, when he says something about a partner, it gets back to what I said about investing in people. I did not make any specific requests. I invest in people. I want them to make the decisions. I don't want to put anything in writing that forces their hand or makes them do something that may not make sense a year from now or 2 years from now. The college landscape is changing every minute of every day. I mean, it's hard to keep up with, right? And so I think what's really important is to find the right people who will make the right decisions. So for him to call me a partner is an honor, and it means the world to me.
In the numerous times you've been back in this building, have you gone back to those seats that you sat in for your first game?
That's a great point. I have not gone back to those seats, but I'm going to do that today. That's a really good point. It means a lot to me. I know the area that they were in, and it's like, I literally, when I was on stage, I didn't even think about talking about it, but I looked up there and I saw it, and I'm like, that's where I was sitting. And what's interesting on the video, and the video work that was done was phenomenal, where the players came out, that was the corner of the stadium that I was way up high, but that I was sitting on, and I literally got a tear in my eye when I saw that. And like I said, the University of Illinois opened my eyes to the world. So just coming down for that game, having that time there, changed my life. And I will forever come down to this university and continue to give back. It's not giving to me. It's like a magnet for me to get down here and help these students, the faculty, the athletics, everybody in this program. They're really good people.
when you gave the money, there was like no strings attached, right? Like X amount has to go here, there. But when did it become clear that most of this money would go towards, changing up Memorial Stadium?
So one of the things that you know from getting to know Josh is, and his whole team, they really are playing chess and not checkers. They're looking forward many, many years, not just for their administration, but the future of the University of Illinois and the Fighting Illini. What do we need years and years forward? So they're not trying to just solve problems today. They're looking out to the future. And when Josh tells you about how he feels about Memorial Stadium, and he says that I want that to continue to be a memorial, and you see his eyes, water up, and you get a picture from him at 6 a.m. yesterday when he's running up the steps with a 50-pound rucksack on him for 9/11. This is someone who really understands what the stadium means, and I believe in everything that he espouses about the stadium. So I think he found a partner that could really help him make sure that this is a memorial that outlasts us and is here for another century.
Said Bravo with thechampagne.com. How much, over the course of your relationship with Josh, how much do you feel that he's, as someone who runs organizations yourself successfully, how much did he pick your brain throughout
great
these
question.
couple of years?
Yeah. So humans are humans. Everybody's different. So I wouldn't say anybody would fit the brand that we have or, the brand that Josh is creating. But I would say what I did look at is someone who's doing the right thing the right way for the long term. They're truly thinking about the long term. They're thinking about what's going to make this university better, what's going to make sure that we have a sustainable program that's espousing the ethos of this university. And when you spend enough time with someone, you see the decisions they're making, and you see how they go about some of the issues that pop up each and every day, and you see how Josh deals with that. That's someone I want to partner with. Josh is a true leader. He's a beautiful human being, and his job is a lot harder than mine. When you're in a university setting, you guys know this, right? This is my first press conference I've ever done, right? So, and probably my last, so I'm going to enjoy it. But I don't have to deal with all the different constituents Josh does, but nobody does it better than him. He makes sure that everyone has been able to hear why. So Josh may make a decision that's tough, and maybe some people may even question it, but he's going to tell you why so you understand it and you can see his vision. And I buy into his vision. If I was lucky enough, he could run any one of my companies. He would do my job better than I do. He's a natural born leader, has been his entire life. Beautiful human being.
In various boardrooms, meetings, and this and that, I'm sure you've been around Michigan fans, Notre Dame fans, In the business world, as an Illinois guy, what does the growth of Illinois football mean to you? You're now representing the number 9 team if you're in that meeting, I'm just curious about the fan side.
It's a great point. I will tell you, there was about a decade where I was in meetings and nobody mentioned Illinois or that I went to Illinois. And now when I walk in, people are like, oh, wow, you got a great coach. You got a great AD. Boy, basketball is good. Women's basketball is good. Wow, you won women's track a couple years ago. The volleyball. They just go on and on about the sports. There's an energy when you walk in the room and see another Illini and things are going well. It just gives you that pride. It gives you those memories. When I was here on campus, we were really good. And so to have those memories come back and that pride come back, it's truly special. And to be able to rib a Michigan fan, we have a couple in our office last year after 21-7. It was a beautiful thing. What's really interesting that I've noticed over the last couple of years, I don't know if you have, but there's schools that never consider us a rival that are starting to consider us a rival. That's pretty cool. Time
for 2 more if we have them.
Maisie Garrett, Illini Sports Night. After reflecting on your history with this stadium, with the athletic program, now looking at your name, I know you say now you don't see much, but your younger self, what would he say or think seeing your name, your father's name up on that stadium?
I would never have imagined that. I come from a little small farming community. If it wasn't for $643 a semester, I may not have gone to college. So, this university, and that's another beautiful thing about this university, is it's a land-grant institution. It makes this possible. And that's one of the beautiful things about, and why I'm so indebted to all the military personnel, past and living today, is they gave us our freedom, and then it's land-grant institutions like the University of Illinois that open our eyes to the world. So if it wasn't for the University of Illinois, I couldn't have the impact I have today. And I feel honored to have that impact, but it's also responsibility. And I take that very, very seriously. But it's a special place, and I just want more people to enjoy it, and to think that our enrollment went above 60,000 people this year. I mean, we're doing some special things here. It's really amazing. And we're making it super affordable, and we're making access available to so many. And it's a beautiful thing.
You talked a little bit about it. Do you hope that your donation will help inspire a new generation to give back to the university as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think what you do see, I was very uncomfortable in 2017 when Dean Jeff Brown said, let's put your name up. I said, I can find plenty more people we can put their name up. And what Dean Brown said to me, and I've had many others say to me, is that once someone puts their vote of confidence on something, people will follow. And you've seen that at the College of Business. We're going to see that even more in athletics. And so I think what's really great about a single donation is that many donations follow that, and then we can all model for others what a beautiful institution this is and the impact you can have on all the students. And when students come up to me and talk to me, what's really cool is oftentimes what they'll say to me, they won't necessarily say thank you. They won't say, actually, I've never had a student come up to me and ask me for a job, which is shocking to me. This isn't videotaped, is it? But I've never had a student actually come up and ask for a job. What they typically say is, thank you, I'm here because of your gift. Or your gift allowed me to do this. I just had that happen in the field and I get a tear in my eye. We're making stuff possible for people and letting them change the trajectory of their lives and the trajectory of their family's life forever. And that's a beautiful thing. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Yep.